right real quick before the room lights go down and the screen comes on? Let us talk honestly. You re the kind of person who can tell when a TV is trying too hard instead of just getting it right, when brightness feels forced, when sound doesn't quite track the action, when something looks impressive at first glance but doesn't hold up night after night. That's exactly why the QN90F makes sense. Before you settle in, check the current price and availability. High-end panels like this don't move predictably, and waiting usually turns into paying more or wishing you hadn't hesitated. You probably remember the moment you realized it was time. Watching a game where the highlights blew out. A movie where dark scenes lost detail. Fast motion that felt just a half step behind. Nothing was broken, but you stopped feeling pulled into what you were watching. The switch is immediate. The room feels brighter without feeling harsh. Contrast snaps into place. You stop tweaking settings because the picture already feels balanced. There's a confidence in how everything looks, like the screen knows exactly what it is doing. Sports feel alive in a way that keeps you leaning forward. Motion stays clear when the action gets chaotic. Movies hold depth instead of flattening out, even in tricky lighting. Gaming feels responsive and grounded, not overly processed. Even everyday viewing feels elevated, like the TV isn't wasting your attention. What really gets you is the control. Bright scenes stay detailed. Dark scenes stay deep. Once you experience that kind of consistency, weaker screens start to feel unpredictable. Every time you think about settling for less, your mind circles back here. Don't wait for random stock dips or sudden price jumps. If this is already in your head, delaying usually turns into regret later. You might think a TV this bright would be tiring. That's the surprise. Long sessions feel easier on your eyes because the image stays clean instead of washed or muddy. And the sound follows the action naturally, pulling you in without forcing volume. There's a certain pride that comes with owning something built this confidently. You stop browsing upgrades. You stop second-guessing. You just enjoy what's on the screen. Brightness that feels controlled, contrast that holds detail, motion that stays composed, sound that tracks the scene, confidence every time you press play. You allow once space to let it shine once adjusted. Dull screens disappoint at some point. You stop comparing endlessly. You choose the screen you already knew matched your standards. Don't let this turn into one of those upgrades you put off and think about later. Check the price, see what stock looks like, and make the call while it still feels obvious. If you're ready for your viewing experience to finally keep up with your expectations, this is it.